Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen with Admirable. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday, a good New Year's, and maybe you're finding yourself back to some normal working hours now. We're back into full swing here next week and just kind of wrapping up some loose ends. So, I wanted to take some time today and reach out and talk about a potentially sensitive subject for some, but I think I'm going to bring you some good information. And that is, when do you inspect a brand new home? Does it make sense to inspect that home before you purchase it? Do you wait and do it the day you take occupancy? Or do you inspect it 8 months to a year after you've been living in it? What is the right and wrong thing to do? One thing we have to understand is Admirable Inspection Services does not support the home inspection market anymore. So things we're going to say here might upset some people in the home inspection industry. It might upset some people in the real estate industry, but we're going to set some light on some reality and what our experiences taught us over 5 and 6 years of home inspecting. Whereas now our support for homeowners when it comes to issues with homes is more on the diagnostics and the technical side, providing technical documents, providing the information that they're going to need to in turn take to a warranty company, take to a home builder with relevant code compliance documentation, with relevant warranty guide documentation, and relevant manufacturer's documentation when it's applicable. So the bottom line is the first thing in the first term we need to understand and respect is the term contractual. So again, we're talking about brand new homes. We're not talking about going and inspecting a 1970, 1990, or a 2000 aged home. We are talking about brand new construction. The brand new construction market is plagued with problems. It's always a race to the bottom dollar with many builders. You're going to find some production builders that are going to deliver an outstanding product that's going to be very, very good. It's going to have a lot of passion into that home, and it's going to be built for a long term. On the other hand, you're going to find those that are just, hey, let's make a few bucks, let's throw some sticks together and call it a house. Let's gamble, let's see how it goes, and hopefully we don't get caught with a warranty claim down the road. So then that takes us to contractual. So the first thing we have to understand through what we call the Alberta New Home Warranty Program, not much of a warranty program, it's an insurance policy, so let's be clear about what the reality of what we think we're getting versus what we're getting, which means this is going to be managed by third parties at an insurance desk. I've met a few people that work in these claims departments that are outstanding. They're very, very good at what they do. They're very technical at what they do. And I've met others that just simply have no clue. And they're just looking at data on a document, comparing it to what initiates a claim and what doesn't initiate a claim. And sometimes it's quite sad. So what is contractual? Contractual is a term that's used within the performance guide that says that things communicated to your builder prior to the commencement of new home warranty may not be covered. Well, I can tell you right now from experience, when something may not be covered, it will never be covered. So when you hire a home inspector to go through and do a compliant Alberta home inspection, according to what our government says, you're going to get a document that's going to have some recommendations. You're going to have some document with deficiencies. It probably won't differentiate between defect and deficiency, a very common term that doesn't work in home inspection reports. But that means that flashings, kitchen plumbing, really common stuff like attic issues, non-compliant frost walls, that when you put all this together as a home inspector, you give it to your customer, they in turn share it with the realtor, and they start to pick apart what should or shouldn't live in the conversation. Well, now you're niching yourself into this very funny spot where, well, why would a home inspector bring that up? Why didn't it get fixed? Why is it not getting fixed? Why are we taking this out of the conversation? Well, some people are scared to communicate on their buyer's behalf with the 30 to 50 defects that a new home is commonly going to have. I've seen many with much graders, and I've seen many with much less. So try to find the balance. And they'll say, you know what, Steve, you know what, this is crazy. We're not concerned about this kitchen plumbing. We're not concerned about this frost wall. We're not concerned about the flashing. So we're not going to share that with them. And that just goes to show maybe a lack of knowledge, a lack of training and education about how new homes perform. And that's reality. But let's make sure we don't upset the builder. Let's make sure we don't upset this. Well, and here's where all these challenges come into play, right? Now we've created this beast of information. We don't know how it's going to be handled. We don't know how warranties ever going to involve themselves into it. So maybe it's best not to make them contractual. Maybe it's best that when you have committed to buying a new home through a builder's contract, a purchase contract, or what the case may be, is to do your diligence and do the required walkthrough on that home with the home builder. Go live in that home for a little while, make your list of things that are not working well, or defects, floor squeaks, condensation issues, whatever the issues you may be having, and find that time to get them reviewed with the builder up until that 6-9 month period. And if you're not finding the response that you're looking for with the recourse and accountability of things happening, that's when maybe it's time to bring in somebody to help you with the inspection process. So who do you hire? Do you hire a home inspector and get a government regulated home inspection with limited content, a bunch of recommendations, probably a poorly organized document in the first place that is designed to help someone buy a home and not help someone to technically review a home? Maybe that's where we come into play. And where we come into play is when we get engaged to now review homes for warranty purpose. We are not conducting a home inspection. We're not coming in to tell you that hot is hot and cold is cold. We are relying on you, the homeowner, to communicate to us your concerns, the things that you have been going through for the time you've been there. And we're also going to include a lot of things that are very common deficiencies. Common deficiencies with electrical, exterior cladding, and elements that are not reviewed or not commented on by the authority having jurisdiction. So if the authority having jurisdiction doesn't comment on these things, well, what makes them defects? What makes you smarter than the next guy? And maybe it has nothing to do with the fact of what the limited scope of an authority having jurisdiction or a safety codes officer's concise scope of work is. And we can broaden that. We can say, well, hey, the reality is in Alberta, very few homes ever get the exterior cladding elements looked at during the construction stages. It's the builder's responsibility. It's not a part of the permit process. And people are flabbergasted that that comes up. But the reason that that comes up is, again, nobody tells you what does and doesn't get inspected. When you go out to look at a foundation and there's a safety codes officer standing there, I have seen them on site for 10 minutes. I've seen them on site for 1 minute. So you tell me where the thoroughness that comes into play. So whether you're choosing to hire someone like us, that's going to help you put a comprehensive technical document that you can in turn go to battle with, pay us 2 to 3 times more than a home inspection, or you can default back to a home inspection and get a limited scope document and hope that you're going to get some sort of recourse. So warranty sports out there. When's the right time to inspect a home? Maybe it's not before you move in. Maybe it's after you move in, when contractual is no longer a term. Maybe it's once you move in, when the third parties supporting your purchase are no longer involved. Only you can decide when the right time to take care of warranty actions and learning more about your property is. Take the time to investigate people you're going to work with, learn about what their deliverable is, look at what these deliverable reports look like, and you decide which one's going to give you the information that you need to make sure you're going to get the proper support when it comes from home warranty. Don't be shocked when your claims get denied 10 times. It happens. Don't be shocked when you're opening your wallet to fix your home yourself to only get that money back after the job is done. And you've communicated that back and forth over and over again. It happens. Home warranty is not easy. It's ran by insurance companies, and you need to know how to handle it properly. Get the verbiage you need, get a good report, but make sure you decide the right time to communicate things so that you can protect yourself and make sure that warranty has an obligation to step in and actually help you out. So, quick one today on home warranty. I hope that provides some insight with my rambling. We'll be back soon to do another video.